true enough. We've been living in the house for a number of months now, but that doesn't mean the work's done. Really, I don't think the work is ever done. In the United States, when you're building a house, remodeling a house, you work with your contractor to create something called a punch list. It's a list of all the things that haven't been done yet. I have no idea why it's called a punch list, although I'm sure there are more than a few people who've wanted to punch their contractor on work that hasn't been completed. So our punch list is really long, and one of the big items is here in the living room and dining room. We sanded and stained the floors, thinking black would be exactly what we wanted. Instead, it just came out kind of lumpy and splotchy and not at all the finish that we were hoping for. That means I get to refinish them again. Yay, me. So I've pulled everything out of the living room, moved it all into the spisa stua, into the dining room, and I can't make them lighter, but I can hopefully bring out some highlights. One other thing is you can see the test strips of the different stains we wanted to consider. I'll be curious to see how staining over the top of these go. It'll be a feature for whomever buys the house next. We'll see if it's a catastrophe. The challenge I'm facing is, well, I don't really see much difference. There's a lot of effort, and the results are underwhelming. That's the word, underwhelming. Perhaps the second coat will look better, and maybe it'll look better with the whole thing, but yeah, I mean, we definitely screwed up by going black to begin with. There's not a lot you can do to repair it. The hope is to make it a little better, but I'm not really seeing a lot of difference here. The second coat of the accent color began to show a noticeable change. We knew the black base was here to stay, so the goal was to add warmth and depth to the grain. On the left is last summer's effort, lighter areas showing as a mottled gray, the overall surface a flat, dull black. On the right is 2 coats of the new color. The highlights are becoming honey yellow, adding, I think, a bit of complexity to the boards. It's not a dramatic shift, but this is only the midpoint. The next steps are 2 coats of the protective finish. Once that's applied, perhaps the color will have greater dimension, and the floors will finally start to look the way we imagined.
Well, it's still wet. It's going to take 12 hours before it cures on this first coat. We'll see if it's glossy or flat. Trying to read the label in Norwegian was a challenge, so it was a bit of a guess. This has been a genuine learning process in that I've not used this product before, and I've tried really diligently to not put it on too thick. And I did make one mistake. Well, I've made many mistakes, but I made one big mistake today, and that is I forgot to open the windows for ventilation before I finished that side of the room. Now I've got every other window except for those open, just trying to degas this place. Just wasn't thinking through. Won't make that mistake tomorrow when I do the second coat. I'm only planning on doing these floors once, but it looks pretty good, certainly promising.
After a week's effort, what's the verdict? A progression of photos shows where we started. The first coat of stain, the second coat, then 2 layers of the hard Voxolia, and the final result. For me, this is a dramatic difference. The color is a deep honey yellow with a silky matte finish. And honestly, I think it was worth the effort.